So yesterday I did a video about why India will never become a world superpower because there has been all this talk within recent years about how India has this tremendous potential for becoming a world superpower, a global superpower, and I just don't see it. I just don't see it because there is a giant river in India that literally gets hundreds of millions of liters of human waste every single day flowing into its water. And people drink out of this river, people bathe in this river, people brush their teeth in this river. Like, it's absolutely horrendous. Horrendous, the culture in India. And yet you have all these analysts in the Western world talking about, a rising India. And somebody put a comment. I did a video about why I don't believe that this is possible. I gave 4 reasons as to why India will not become a superpower. And somebody put a comment. I'm pretty sure this person is Indian. Somebody put a comment saying, "Oh, I sense like animosity towards India. I sense a condescending tone in your video towards India. Why is there this animosity towards India?" And it's like, this person is right. Okay, this person is right that I was being condescending. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I wasn't being condescending at all. No. There was absolutely zero condescension towards India, zero animosity. No, there was none of that in my video. I was simply just giving my honest, brutal opinion on India. I was just giving the facts. That's all I was doing. No condescending tone. No, you misinterpreted me, blah, blah. I'm not going to sit here and do that. I'm not going to lie to you. Yes, there was a condescension in my video. Absolutely, there was. I was being condescending, yes. Do I have animosity towards India? In a way, yes, I do. Of course, I'm sure there are many good people in India. There are many good people in India because every country has good people. I'm not going to deny that because that would be absolutely disingenuous of me. But at the same time, I have a huge problem with India. I'm not going to sit here and lie to this person and say, no, you misinterpreted me. No. I was being condescending in my video. Yeah, I did condescend India, if that's what you're referring to. If that's what your impression was. Yeah, I was. I'm not going to deny that. Now, why do I have a problem with India? I have a problem with India because every single day I get over a dozen phone calls from people in India trying to scam me. Every single day, without a fail. And this has been going on for years. This has been going on all the way back to 2018, really. Since 2018, and also, and before that also, we would get scam calls as well. But it really, really took off in 2018. Every single day getting phone calls. And every time I would answer the call, it was some guy with an Indian accent trying to scam me. And after a while, the person can't take this every single day. After a while, you just had enough. So I did research on this. Why is this happening? Are other people having the same experiences? And I find out there are many Americans who experience this every single day. And I looked into this. I found out that the Indian government does little to nothing about this problem. The Indian government does really nothing to fix this problem. You know why the Indian government doesn't do anything about it? Because these scammers bring in millions of dollars through scamming into the Indian economy. So they need all of that scam money to help their pathetic GDP, their pathetic $2.8 trillion GDP, which is pathetic. And that's another reason why that I don't like India. Here's another reason why. You have over 1 billion people living in your country, and the best you can do is $2 trillion in GDP. That's the best you can do. China has over 1 billion people, and they have way more. They have, I think the number was 13 trillion Oh, I got it written down here. Yes, 14.3 trillion in GDP. That's how much China makes in a year. And they have a comparable population to you. And why can't you, India, be comparable to China? Why? You're not making anywhere near the GDP that China makes. It's ridiculous. The United States has 328 million people, over 21 trillion in GDP. It's ridiculous. Japan has over 100 million, and they have more GDP. They have a bigger GDP than India. The way that India treats its people, the lack of opportunity, the utter poverty of hundreds of millions of people living in your country, the fact that I get scam calls from you guys every single day trying to scam me. And anytime when I confront these scammers, you know what they tell me? You know what these scammers tell me every single day? F your mother. F your mother. And this is what they say. As soon as you tell them you're trying to scam, why are you trying to scam me? F your mother, F your mother, F your mother. That's what these scammers tell me. It's like they get mad that they can't scam you. They get upset that they can't scam you. And once you tell them you can't scam me, they become vicious towards you. This is the epitome of evil. This is the epitome of a psychopath. As soon as you say, oh no, you're not going to scam me today, F you, F you, F you, F you, F you. That's what these scammers do. And the Indian government doesn't do anything about it. Why? Because they want to make they want to make the millions of dollars that these scammers get. The Indian government wants those millions of dollars that these scammers steal to come into their economy to help their pathetic GDP. It's ridiculous. It's disgusting. It's like a family that makes good money, and then you find out that the father gets arrested for child neglect, and the father's making close to $8,000 a month. I heard a story like this, believe it or not. A guy was making close to $8,000 a month, and he doesn't even want to buy his kids beds. The house has no freaking doors in it. He's got curtains covering up the entryway to the rooms. It's like you're making close to $8,000 a month. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. Why are you mistreating your family like this? There's no excuse. There's absolutely zero excuse. You have people making less money than you, and they treat their children better than you do. There's no excuse. So yes, I was being condescending to your country because you guys need to fix your country up. Your country sucks. India sucks. It's like Africa. Africa sucks. Yes, Africa sucks. When Trump described African countries as shithole countries, and that's what the president said, Trump was right. They're shithole countries. African countries are shithole countries. They are. South Africa, Chad, Tanzania, Madagascar, Nigeria, shithole countries. And you have these people who are like, oh, look after Nigeria. That's going to be a rising economy, a booming economy, because it's all nonsense. Yeah, Nigeria has the best GDP in Africa. That doesn't really mean much. I mean, that's like saying, yeah, I don't know. That's like saying I'm the wealthiest person in this small village in Peru. Well, it's like that's not really. You're not really revealing any sort of uniqueness in your position. Okay, that's not really much of a standard there. It's like, oh yeah, I'm the wealthiest person in this little town in Michoacan somewhere. It's like that doesn't count. It's like, oh yeah, Nigeria, biggest economy in Africa. yeah. The thing is, like, Africa is such a terrible place to live. People in Nigeria don't want to live in Nigeria. They don't. I have never once in my life met an African who told me that they want to live in Africa. I have yet to meet one. I have yet to meet someone telling me I want to live in Africa. I have yet to meet somebody like that. And if you want to live in Africa, God bless you, but it's like you're a huge rarity in the world. I've never met somebody who wants to live in Africa. Africans don't want to live in Africa. They're shitholes. These countries are shitholes. And I remember I heard some like liberal TV host, what was his name? Rashad Ritchie, I think his name is. And he's sitting there arguing with the conservative, and he's like, did Trump not call African countries shithole countries? Did he not describe African countries as shithole countries? And you have this guy who's like a conservative Republican analyst who really can't debate, and he's like, well, I think you're just misinterpreting what the president said and blah, blah, blah. It's like, if Rashad Richey ever brings me on his show and he brings this up, I'm going to be like, yeah, he did say that, and you know what? He was right. It's like Africa should be kicking Europe's ass right now. Africa should be the wealthiest place on earth. Seriously, Africa should be the richest place in the world. It should be whooping Europe's ass. Africa should be whooping Europe's ass, but it's not. Europe is whooping Africa's ass. Europe is nowhere near as resourceful as Africa. Africa has resources that Europe does not have. Europe is empty, is absent of resources that Africa is abundant in. Resources that Africa has an abundance of, Europe does not have. But yet Europe is still beating Africa. How is that possible? How is it? There is no excuse for Africa to be poor. Nothing, none whatsoever. It's like you see these ads, donate to Africa, donate to Africa. Why? Don't donate to Africa. Don't. Those people have no excuse to be poor. None whatsoever. Nothing. Nada. And you have all these liberals in America who are like, if God exists, then why is there child poverty in Africa? Why are there children starving in Africa? Why is there starvation in Africa? Why? If there is a God, he would have never allowed such terrible misery to exist in Africa. It's like, what are you talking about? God gave those people everything in the world. God gave everything to Africa. Oil, tons of natural resources, diamonds, extremely fecund and fertile soil. God gave everything to those people. They have no excuse. If anything, Africa is proof that God exists and does not want us to starve. Africa is proof that it's not God's fault why men are miserable, why humans are miserable. It's humans' fault why they're miserable. That is one thing that Africa proves. And it's like when God is up in heaven and he's making Africa, and the angel next to him is like, God, what are you making? And God's like, I'm making Africa. Oh, really? Yeah. And God's like, yeah, I'm going to give these people oil, diamonds, and also tons and tons of extremely fertile and fecund soil, so that they can grow everything. They can grow anything in this place. And the angel's like, great. And then God starts making Europe, and it's like, oil up in Norway, fertile soil. We'll do that in the south, but up in the north, it's going to be kind of cold, and the soil's going to be really, really rocky. Yeah, we'll go with that. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll make Africa more resourceful than Europe. And the angel's like, God, why are you doing that? And God looks at the angel and says, so that the Africans have no excuse. Oh, okay. Yeah, they have no excuse. They can't blame me for their problems. I'm going to give them everything that they need. Okay. And yet you still see Africans killing each other, civil war, massive amounts of civil war in the Central African Republic, civil war in Mali, civil war in Nigeria, war in Eritrea. It's absolutely miserable. Yes, Africa is a terrible place to live. I've heard about how Ukraine, there's tons of corruption in Ukraine. Russia, full of corruption, so much corruption. And yeah, corruption does exist in these countries, no doubt. But, I've watched a lot of YouTube videos from Belarus, Ukraine, Russia. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos from Africa. And I must say, from my limited YouTube perspective, Ukraine, Belarus, and Russia looks a hell of a lot better than Africa. I would pick those countries over Africa any day. Yeah. So, yeah. Africa sucks. India sucks. And these people have zero excuse. Zero excuse. Yeah, so there you go. There is my answer to you. I hope that is a good and adequate response to your comment. And yeah, those are my thoughts for today. You guys just heard some Theo Alaji. God bless.